Alright, so I'm currently having an issue about how to cut these slots out. Now, I would typically, I don't know, try doing this freehand, but freehand is kind of crappy when the tool cuts like this. If the tool cut like this, that would not be a problem. But because it's kind of like this, you've got a problem. Because if I try to move it back, this action is going to push the piece that direction. So what I'm actually going to have to do is I'm going to have to just screw this onto this block of wood, and then when I got that screwed onto that block of wood, put it through that machine, because it will actually cut straight lines pretty damn well. Oh, I love my milling machine. Alright, so I gave this a lot of thought, and I really gave it a lot of thought, is how am I going to get these 3 pieces stuck together, these 2 pieces stuck together, and then these 2 pieces stuck together. And I wanted to do this in a way where, 1, I didn't have to leave much of a trace of what originally happened and how I stuck it together, and 2, I have to try to figure out a way where we mechanically stuck together. Now, I thought about super glue. I don't know if aluminum's going to stick to it very well. Plus, super glue becomes kind of brittle after a while. I was thought about contact cement, but the problem with contact cement is that it's not very good when it's dealing with prying forces. So the only other method I could think about, other than screwing, which I would have to grind off the heads, was to rivet it. Now, there's 2 ways to do it. Either 1, pop rivets, which I have to grind away a lot of it in order to get it to look good, or just make a solid rivet. I like this idea. It produced some very good stuff in the end in other projects that I've had for working out in my prop shop company. So, first thing to do is to pick your aluminum rod that you want to make a rivet out of. Now this is a 1/4 inch thick, so I'm going to get a 1/4 inch drill bit. Next thing to do is to, very simply, punch some holes into your material. And 1/4 inch is that one. Alright, now that I've got that hole in there, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get an even bigger drill bit, and I'm going to punch basically a little taper into that hole. I'm not going to drill all the way through. I'm just going to go maybe in halfway through one of them. Big enough. I like that. Alright. Just going to quickly rotate around this. Yeah, I kind of did super glue it just so that it held together while I was working on this. Well, I'm not relying, but with the rivet, I don't have to rely on the super glue to hold the final product together. Alright, now that I've got my hole chamfered, make sure that actually fits, first of all. Seems to be a little bigger than a 1/4 inch, or this bit is not quite 1/4 inch, even though it says 1/4 inch. It's not quite. See, that fits. There. Yeah, kind of does. Assuming I get an actual sharp drill bit. Oh, that looks pretty dull. Yeah, that looks much better. That's another 1/4 inch. Wrong bit. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to open it up with the 1/4 inch. It's not quite 1/4 inch like they labeled. 8/32 is 4/16. Yeah. So. $90. The fact that it's loose is not too big of a deal, because I can always just smash it in there to fit. Thank you. There you have it. That's one hefty rivet. Now just put a second one just to make sure that doesn't swivel, and then I have to do the other side as well. Oh boy. Okay, it's coming together. So the next few parts are the cheek rest, which I'm going to just use a sheet of polycarbonate to form the casing that wraps around, and I'll wrap that in rubber. The whatever those two fancy side plate thingy looking things are, and then I have to create the carrying handle that goes around the top there, the magazine, and the scope box. Still got a little bit's way to go before I paint this thing up, but right now, this actually looks pretty good. I like it. Well, I guess I'll just redraw that line later. Alright, let's see how hot I can get this to go nicely. Now, the thing about cooking in general is you don't want it to get too hot too fast. Otherwise you burn the outside but not the inside. So if you do it and apply the heat nice and slow, ideally the heat slowly goes into the material and then makes all of this much more pliable. Of course, the backup plan is to just simply cut the plastic and then glue it all back together. But I want to see if I can make this as one continuous piece first before I try that. And of course all that's melting away. Now, I'm applying pressure here, but not much. Just because I don't want to put too much stress on it. The whole point of heating up the material so that it can bend is that when it cools, it doesn't have any stress on it. And if there is stress, the more likely it's going to explode. Generally don't want it. It feels like it's kind of a little bit. I'm not adding pressure to it completely. Okay, just a little. And some water. Got some steam coming off of that. That is one very nicely formed L. Albeit a little overcompensated, but should be fine. So, yeah, I kind of had to work on this on my own because I didn't feel like recording. Plus, my phone had to go charge essentially the entire day. But I just cut out these 3 panels as one single one single sheet, and then I just cut out all the holes and riveted together this bracer here, that bracer there, and I just riveted that whole thing to it with pop rivets because, you know, got plenty of room. But this also allows the user to be able to access this knob here, this wheel here as well, if they really wanted to. With the back open, they can also monitor all the instruments that they stick in there. Fully open window there, so that nothing's gonna impede any vision of, like, say, a red dot there or a camera, whatever he has it. This sleeve here doesn't really do much, but I mean, like, when you have a scope in there, the angle of perception is really thin anyway, so it's not going to hinder the scope, thankfully. But that gives it that nice kind of profile right there. Actually, this should scooch forward a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, like it. Plus, I can still adjust the focus right here. And I've had to make this knob also accessible too, which is why I had to kind of flip this thing. But as a right-hander, if I want to put a red dot in through here, then it just makes sense to me. Otherwise, hey, just need to redo the carrying handle because I screwed that up this morning and wasted about 4 hours of today, and get the magazine built. But unfortunately, that's it for this week. I'm hitting the 20-minute mark right now. But yeah, as soon as I get the magazine done, I've got the front fins to cut out, to put in, as well as the carrying handle. Unfortunately, because I don't have the proper tools, I have to go over to my workplace. But there's a lot of NDAs there. There's a lot of projects going on at the same time. I wasn't able to get any footage done, but otherwise, basically I just took an acetylene torch and marked off all the edges I wanted to bend, and just as soon as I got it hot enough, I just went. So otherwise, hopefully this video is really helping you guys out, and we're almost there. I got another hour and a half worth of footage left. So hopefully, just subscribe, like the video, ring the notification bell so that as soon as the next episode comes up, you'll be good to go and be able to enjoy coming close to the end of the series right now. So yeah, see you in the next build.